Hey, welcome back everyone. I hope you're having a blessed day. You know, I've got a saw in here that a customer brought to me for about the third time with the same complaint. And I already think I know what's going on with this saw. But he said it just wouldn't start. And he said once he did get it started, it just bogged out. It ran out of fuel. He filled it back up. It started bogging out. And said it just wouldn't run right. So I said, bring me the fuel you put in it. And let me take a look, because I already suspect what was going on. And this is what he brought me. He brought me TruFuel. Now, he knows before that I basically had to drain the TruFuel out, and he went to adjusting the carburetor before when he did it. And we put regular mixed gas back in it, and it ran fine. So I'm suspecting that's what it is. Now, I know a lot of you use TruFuel, so let me know if you do, and let me know please if you've had good luck with it, because I've had mixed reviews. People have told me that it ran well. Matter of fact, I've even worked on chainsaws that had TruFuel in it that ran very well. But this is about the third time for this saw. I know what's in it because he brought me the fuel for it, and it's probably about half full. But if you've had good experience, leave it in the comments and let me know what's going on. Now, I will tell you that TruFuel, if the can is sealed, it's supposed to not draw moisture the way it's done. But this can is about half full, and what that's telling me is now it's allowed air to get inside the can, and through condensation you have water settle in the bottom of the can, so when you shake it up and you pour it inside your chainsaw or your weed eater or whatever you're using, it starts drawing moisture. So let's take a look at it. I know that's what's in it. He showed me that's what's in it, but let's see if we can get it started. Now, I haven't tried to start this yet, so let's see what happens. Now, we're going to let it warm up for a minute. He said when he would start giving it fuel, it would bog out on him. So, but he also said that he adjusted the high and low idle right here. Now, these are EPA carburetors. See what it's doing? Now, on these particular models, they have the EPA carburetor in them. And inside here, they have these stop adjustments where you can only adjust them so far. So they're very picky when you start doing that. But what he told me is that when he filled it up using this exact can right here, when he filled it up, it just started bogging out on him. So what I'm figuring what happened is this can was allowed to set over the winter, and as we had warm days and then it'd cool off at night, there'd be condensation get through this can, because what happens is it's basically just a tin can, as you can hear, and they condensate real bad. So go ahead and put in your comments if you like this, and how do you keep from this? Do you use it in a bigger can? Do you use all of one can the same day, then you pour it out, or do you leave it in a climate control? Because from my experience, this condensates very regularly and very rapidly once you break the seal here. So leave that in your comments for me, please. So let me start this back up. Now we can tell. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain this TruFuel out of here. And let's see if I put regular two-stroke gas in it, if this thing takes off and runs. Now, it may not. It may go ahead and bog out if he adjusted this carburetor too much. He told me he got it right back in the exact same place. He said that he had ran the screw in after he adjusted it, ran it all the way in, backed it out exactly where it was. So he told me he put them right back there. But let's go ahead. I'm going to drain this out. I'll be right back. And then we're going to put regular two-stroke mix that I use at 40-to-1 in here. So we'll take the cap off. We'll drain it. We'll be right back. All right, let's go ahead and fill it up. Put some fuel in it. And let's see how it'll run. Now I mix my fuel at 40 to 1 in everything that I own, because I know that 40 to 1 coats the piston, and you'll always see a small puddle in most saws when you tear them apart. You'll see a small puddle of two-stroke oil down around the crankshaft, down in the bottom of the crankcase itself, and that's a good thing. So I always run at 40 to 1. Okay, so let's see if this thing will start. We may have to adjust the carburetor before it's all said and done. This thing sure does leak a lot of bar and chain oil. We need to tighten up that before it's over with. Let's see if it'll get start. That's a lot better. Now all we did right then is we just swapped out with the TruFuel that's probably got water in it from being contaminated, because this thing, like I said, is only about half full. And this is what he put in it, and this is what he used through the winter. And then he put this in it right at the start of this spring, and it wouldn't run and wouldn't start right. So all we basically did was drain this out. I put new fuel in it. We still have remnants of this in it. That's the reason it's probably still bogging just a little bit. But he did say he adjusted the carburetor some. But he also says that he got it right back to where it was. And I believe that he probably got it close. But these are very picky saws. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this real quick and see if we can just fine tune it. But I have no doubt that it was the water and condensation inside this, besides this tin can of TruFuel. So hang with me. Let's see what we got. It's already getting better. All right, well that fixed it, and that has fixed a lot of saws. It's fixed this saw 2 or 3 times. I hope that I can convince him. Mix his own fuel and gas. I'm going to show him how to do that again. I know he knows, but the convenience of this, and they sell it at a lot of the stores to get this. And I realize it's for a lot of people, this is good stuff. They like it. So I'm not putting it down. I'm just telling you, sometimes you get a bad mix. This is synthetic fuel. It's not even true petroleum fuel. This is a synthetic blend. It's produced and manufactured fuel. So sometimes you don't get the right mix. They just don't mix it right. And then sometimes, more so than not, it's the condensation that comes from these tin cans, as you can hear. If you use like jerry cans, you're going to get the same effect with 2-stroke mix of fuel and an oil mix itself. It's going to happen in little jerry cans. That's the reason we went to plastic jugs. They condensate at a lot lower rate than tin cans. So friends, if you use this and you like it, please put it in the comments and let me know. I'm not here to dissuade you from using it, and I'm just telling you, be careful when you use it. If you start having problems with idling, if you start having problems with it throttling up like it needs to, and that goes for your weed eaters and your leaf blowers and things of that nature, especially if you've had this all year and it's been an open can through the winter. You know, if you've had it inside your garage, you've had temperature swings. You've had cold mornings, cold nights, hot days, warm nights, cold days. And anytime you do that, think of a pop can and how a pop can will sweat to the outside and leave a sweat ring. Well, that's condensation. It's because the contents in that particular case are colder on the inside than they are on the outside, so it sweats to the outside. Well, when you have temperature swings, same thing happens, and but it condensates on the inside. So just be aware of that, friends, and keep that in mind. If you're using this, either go get you a new can of this, pour out the old. Just know it's going to take a little bit to get it out like it did this saw. And then get you some mixed gas, ethanol free gas if you can get it. Sometimes you can't. And if you can't, that's fine. Just use ethanol 87 gas. Use the mix of your choice. I always go 40 to 1. Some people go 50 to 1. Some people use Amsoil and they may go up to 70, 80 to 1. I don't recommend that. I always recommend 40 to 1, but it's up to you, whatever you want to use. But this is what was in this. When I poured it out, it was just that pretty pinkish red color. So anyway, and another thing I recommend, you know, always use this. Always use ethanol shield and everything I had. It is the best thing for fighting water and ethanol corrosion. I use this in my lawnmowers, just using straight gas. I use this in my 2-stroke mix as well. I never have a problem with anything that I own with water in the fuel. Some of my fuel has stayed in there all winter long, and it starts great. So ethanol shield, that's the best that I have found for ethanol protection and water protection as well. Let's try this one more time. Hey friends, I appreciate you for joining us. Please feel free to share this out, like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll bring you back a bunch more of these videos. We've got a playlist called Chainsaws and Equipment. I do all types of outdoor videos with all different types of equipment. So I appreciate you, and remember, love God and love your neighbor. Have a blessed day.